Welcome to the Tribe UG podcast, episode number 7, season 4. As usual, we are back to season 1 vibes.
Which ones are those?
A cast of all gentlemen, no women.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, whoever has been catching up on the episodes on the seasons, thanks for watching. Guys who have sent feedback, who have been commenting and engaging. Guys who have been tweeting us, thank you very much. I saw a Simon Kaheru tweet. I didn't expect that. But, but yeah, guys, thanks very much. Today, I'm back with Ian.
What up? I'm back.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. How are you guys behind the scenes? I've not seen Felix in a while. How are you, sir?
I don't care.
Before you guys start fighting, the count marketer in the building, like he said, season 4, episode 7. And yes, the episodes have been peaceful because Ian has not been around, but we shall try and make it through today. And for those that have sent some money to 624404, you all are the real MVPs. If you want to support the pod, you know what you can do. You can always send some money to 624404. That's 624404. But guys, if you're watching, you've already seen. And if you're not, someone send data. But we're here with yet another special guest because, wait, Ian, I don't know. Ian, are you? No, Felix, tell us. I think you're the. I think you're the one who can tell us who is with us today.
Today we are joined by a man of many firsts. A guy who first released an ice cream song before.
Oh my goodness!
You made the research.
Oh my goodness!
A man who was in the first piece of content that Netflix has ever acquired from Uganda.
Yep.
Okay. So all in all, we are with a bad man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Michael Wawuyo Jr. One of the best actors that have ever come out of Uganda. Michael, thanks for honoring our invite. Thanks for coming through.
No, thank you for having me, man.
Yes.
It's an honor to be here. I've heard about this. I've watched some episodes, and I was like, Mark, you can't even call a brother here, man. You can't even call a bro here, bro.
Well,
but I'm happy to be here, though.
Yeah. And also on that note, thanks to the manager, because she could have easily said no. He's not available.
Yeah, big ups to Jodos, man.
So she made it work to make sure
manager.
Yeah, Damzi couldn't be here with us today, so we said she thinks it is difficult to find someone else from Mbale. It's okay. Let us bring Michael Wawuyo Jr. Damzi's other name starts with W, so does his. I mean, it's the same. We shall go and make it run. But as usual, before we start the podcast and get into those big questions that may scare you, we like to start on a light note and share some Ugandan song, one like this that describes how your week went. And guys, all of us have to pick one, as we all know. So who wants to start us off?
I think I'll start. I think my song of the week. Okay, when was the last time I was here? I could have several, but I'll choose one. My song of the week would be Yvonne Kush's Kulikayo.
Yeah, because you've
nice.
come back.
There is that, but also because when you're waiting on several things to happen in your life, sometimes you take it. And when you put yourself on pressure, things tend to delay. But I'm in a phase of my life where I've calmed down. And things are coming, so I feel like, this one, Kulikayo, you're here. What else? So I'm in that phase of my life.
This is why we allowed you back onto the podcast today, because you've come down. Michael?
Me, I would think about Omuwala by Sam Kimmer. You know that...
Yes. Yeah.
Why? How did it go again? Why?
Oh, yes.
Man.
There's Omuwala who's confusing you.
There's Omuwala called Rosemary Omuwala Mumbeda.
Wow.
Rosemary is confusing.
Before the secrets go out. Felix.
Mine is easy. Commando, Bobby Wine.
The budget has been tight.
It has been tight. You know, like where he says, "Abagaga bari enkoko na etegenda." Like, like you went to someone in a base, nega kafta. It is on E.
Oh my God.
So all in all, guys, we have to look for money. whenever you can afford a commando, make sure it's the best commando you've eaten. When you can afford a buffet somewhere, make sure it's the best. But all in all, you have to look for good.
When you can afford spicy chicken wings, make sure they're from Nihati. And again, a thank you to the good people of Nihati for hosting us for yet another episode. On that, I'll have to pick my song. And let me tell you people, the whole week I was thinking of my song. I had the ideas, the way the week was going out. Then yesterday, Ugandans decided to drop like 20 songs. And I became confused. And for those that I kept on repeat, there's a Kobo Sinje out there. Kobo Sinje, life is taking you, but don't worry. And that is why my song is The Myth. Don't worry. Because there's a Kobo Sinje. Somebody I tried to confuse her. But you don't worry. I'm on your side.
Choose
another
as
one.
per the
Nepotism.
Nepotism, the relation.
Was already the set. There is nepotism on set. It was also the
When you're
song.
the set. You get
The song.
So choose another song.
Okay, since I am happy too, because like I said, a lot of good songs came out. And yesterday after 10:30, I listened to a brand new Cohen JC that has been on repeat. And
nice.
even the guys behind the scenes, it has gotten stuck in their heads because I was playing it the whole morning.
Did he release the song after 10:30 in the morning or in the evening?
It was after 10:30 of Thursday night. But yes, it has been a fire. Cohen said Chidongo vibes only. The business is Chidongo, and we entered it. So we thank Cohen for giving us music to apply to tonight after 10:30. A song. I picked 2 songs. If you want a third one, don't put me on the stove. I can go all day, you guys.
Because at the moment now, you might be influencing for people.
Okay.
But before we jump into this Michael, we need to know which Michael we are getting. There's a Michael who they told us he lies a lot. The man hid a report. He told the reporter that there's no report.
Oh my goodness.
But,
I swear, I feel like I had secrets I'm supposed to give. But this man already has secrets. So
so as we enter into this, we need to know which version we are getting so that we also know how to attack.
You see,
Getting the real version though.
the real one.
The real version.
And the real one is a liar. That is why he's an actor. Because he has to lie and do many scenes where he's telling you that he is this guy and that guy.
And this guy.
So he's a professional liar. That is what acting is today.
Mark keeps telling me that his earliest memories of me were lies from me. I'm like, what? How can those be your earliest memories of me?
Children,
Lies
the
from
first
me?
things I
Like,
remember from him are lies. So let us go. And guys, I promise those of you who are watching, those of you who are listening, I promise today is the day he'll start telling the truth. Let's jump into this, guys.
There was a time where like let me first.
I'm worried.
No, this is about me though.
Okay.
There was a time where like I think P3 or P2 or something like that. And no P3, and I gave these guys a story. Me, I'd watched that story in a flick. I'd seen that story in a flick, my guy. But I gave these guys a story. I said, "Man, guy, we're moving." About the gun story where some chicks chased me and I was in the car. Nigga,
He was in the car,
I'm in
in
P2. I'm in P3. Like, and Meat was like, yo, what are you telling these guys, man? So yeah, I think as a kid I was very excited about my stories. I would not call them lying. I was just
He was just a storyteller.
I was just a storyteller.
In the same spirit, I have a friend in P2, P3. He told the friends that his dad's car uses the same fuel as airplanes.
Wow.
And as I speak today, that man is a lawyer.
Wow.
They just cook the story.
Yeah. But Michael, man, thanks for making it to the Tribe UG podcast.
Thank you for having
And
me.
I earlier when I was doing some research, one of the things that jumped out to me were you used to work on sets that your dad used to be a part of.
Yeah.
Like you'd come back from school, be part of the set, you pay attention, you go back home, you recreate another story,
Yeah.
and then you tell guys we are filming this.
Exactly.
So from someone who was part of film in that era versus film now, what are some of the differences that you've seen and you're like, hey, we've come a long way as Ugandan film that things used to happen like this, now it's like this and it's moving in a better direction?
Well, back in the day, I wasn't even in the film business. I was just a child of a filmmaker. So I was always that kid who was on movie sets after I'm picked from school. And I just like watch my dad do his thing. and I go home, like you said, and make my friends Mark inclusive reenact some of these things. Case in point, Power Rangers and all these different things. So film back then was almost non-existent. Like right now, we can clearly brag about some funding coming in from different sources for filmmakers, platforms that our movies get to be showcased on now.
Yeah.
Back then, it was only for the hard-hearted, and I think my dad and his teammates at the time, he had a group called Teamline, and Teamline, those guys, and I think Pastor Ebony's were the hard-hearted people in film at that time. So it was almost non-existent as an industry. There were merely any structures. Even right now, they're almost structures are almost. But then they're almost non-existent. Yeah. So there's been a great transition, both in regards to the filmmaking know-how, even the technicalities of film. There's been transition, and it's amazing to witness, to be a part of it, to grow and experience it.
With this transition, there's also the money transition.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. I will not be those guys who spook the industry and be like, oh my God, no, the money is fake. No.
If you know where to look for it, you'll find it.
Exactly. It's like being the sharp artist.
Yeah.
Know where your market is. And I've come to understand that if you know where the money is in filmmaking, then you will make the money. And it's happening right now. I know many people who are making the money of film.
Nice.
Great money, yeah.
Nice. Speaking of making money in film, I think it's only right you tell us some of the avenues for people who are not in front of the camera. What are some of the avenues that guys can make money?
What can
in
people
film?
try out and learn from? What can people... Hey, what if he tells us the secret where he wants to go and get, and now he tells other people, hey.
Hello. You see that thing?
As long as you don't reveal too many secrets, poor manager will tell us to cut.
One and the most efficient one is selling to platforms. That, like we saw to Netflix.
Yeah.
The girl in the yellow jumper was the first in Uganda to make that deal, and there was quite a good sum of money there. But
Nice.
for that to happen, you have to have
Positioned yourself.
Exactly, and
And
also
good
produce
and
quality
content.
quality content, because
Yes.
Netflix don't play with yeah, exactly. So then that's how you get your next deal, which was funded now. They actually funded our next film.
Nice.
So it's from those avenues that you can look to, and and also selling your film in different film markets across the globe. Across festivals and things like that.
I like something you've said there. You know, we realize that sometimes, whether it's a singer, a comedian, a random YouTuber, a podcaster, sometimes guys are like, you just put the content, we'll figure it out later. But you don't realize that if you get that one quality content, you can use it to leverage other opportunities and create other avenues to benefit from that one that you did better, rather than just doing for doing. But since you decide to tell your things of attain P3 like this, attain what, there's something most of us, we grew up, we liked maybe swimming or stuff like that.
Yeah.
This guy would get there and he's like, no, me, I'm going to do some karate stuff or some... you guys are there trying to figure out your freestyle. Him is there, so you're like, what the hell is going on here? But I just want to say it's interesting. How was it for you to then do something like the short film, the Ubuntu Uppercut? Because for me, that was so interesting. I was like, so all this stuff was not for nothing. He finally got to put those kicks into action and kick A-pass, but that is unrelated. But amongst others, but you got to use that stuff, so it was not just all some childhood randomness.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting because as a kid, I have a background in martial arts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've watched Ubuntu Uppercut.
Yes.
Those were real kicks. There wasn't a stunt man. There was no stunt double.
There was no budget for a stand double.
No.
They're like, let's get an actor who can
actually kick. So what happened is I have a background of taekwondo for 13 years. Actually, I'm supposed to be even far off because 13 years is like a lot. But school. So school delays the process of grading and stuff. So as a kid, when these guys would go swimming, I would also swim. I'm a very good swimmer. But I'd, take the side and just, so people see me there and just, and I'm
Like,
kicking.
this kid has a problem.
I'm shadow boxing. I was that kid. So it was interesting when Lukman came to me and said, "Yo, I want to do a martial art thing. We're testing equipment." It was all tasting equipment. We're just tasting the Ari, tasting the different stuff the Hollywood equipment that we normally.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to see how we can work with it and see if we can do an action, And he's like, meanwhile, you said you know taekwondo. And I was like, yep. Now is the time to prove it. So
When you lied on your CV.
Exactly.
Now they
So
tell
did you lie on your CV? So that is really how I go to merge my childhood passion, which is martial arts, with also my childhood passion, which is acting. So it was very interesting for me to just be a part of.
Yeah, this man spent his childhood days playing Kwepe and Adulu. Now he's quiet. He can't contribute.
dodging the conversation.
Can't contribute.
You still play Kwepe
I hope you don't do the same for Luca.
No, I have. You guys are just fans. Me, I'm more technical. I'm a writer, and I always feel like the next evolution of writing is film.
Yeah.
A short while ago, I listened to an Isabel UG song, and in my head, when I was listening to the song, I could picture you and Stella, former Miss Uganda, Ella.
Yeah.
I could picture you guys in a film set, and I did a short piece about it. And
we've actually worked together on something. It's coming out. It's going to be an HBO.
You spoke it into existence.
I've just sold
Guys,
it.
HBO guys.
I've just sold it. There it is.
So in case you are in meetings there, just say there's like a podcast. I think
Why I spoke about this?
yeah, and you can go ahead.
yeah, and but usually when I don't know how it is for you, because most times when I'm writing, it's easy to picture who I'm writing about.
Nice.
And I think for me, in our industry, I've not watched somebody that I've admired in terms of how diverse they are. I've not watched anybody that has been as impressive as you.
Wow.
And that is why even when I was
Very
writing
humble,
that piece, all I could see was you.
Very
and then
humble,
it took me
man.
back to there's that piece you did with Martha K, The Blinded.
Yeah, blinded.
For you, what I want to understand is your creation process.
Yeah.
What drives you to a project? Is it the story being told? Are you exploring new heights? Because I've seen you in several different kinds of projects where and it makes me wonder, like, what do you look for? Do you look for a story? Do you look for, like, what do you look for? Because most times it's somebody who's a bit diverse like you are.
Yeah.
It's so impressive, but I get curious to know what motivates you to choose a project.
You're used to seeing Liam Neeson, where he's that guy who has
Yes,
lost
where
a
he's
wife
that
or
guy
a
who's
daughter,
fighting to
and he's
save
trying to
his
save them, and
Yeah.
it's the same guy every time. So now you're seeing someone who's okay. So yeah, sir, what do you like?
Wow.
It could easily be a budget, so
You may like the budget.
Jodos gets me some good budget. No, for me, what really drives me or motivates me to do a film is, like you said, the story and how challenging the character is.
Yeah.
If the character is not challenging enough, like if it doesn't pose an immediate challenge for me in that space of time where I think, can I do this? Or how authentically can I do this? I ask myself questions.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do that for me on the first or second read, chances are high I may not do that role. Chances are high. Doesn't mean it's a fake role. It just means it's not pushing me. It's not giving me that next,
next level.
yeah, like what's its mileage in terms of when people watch this,
Yeah.
So I look at those two things, the story and the character. But then also my creative process is method acting. I'm a method actor.
Okay.
I mean, you've heard of Heath Ledger. There's certain lengths I love to take for roles, especially when they're challenging. It's the only way for me as an actor to perform.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll feel I would perform substandard, or I would not really bring the
character to
yeah.
life.
Unless you believe you're that character.
Exactly. So me, it's a whole process of living the character both on set and off set. Both. You get during the process of 16 rounds, shooting 16 rounds, I had to be Damba, both at my place and on the set. It was very crazy, and you have to learn all this, lots of research.
Yeah.
You don't guesswork PTSD. You don't guesswork soldier antiques. You know, like thing shooting styles. You don't guesswork that stuff.
Yeah.
You have to go and do the research for them. You have to go and actually go and practice them. So it's a whole ball game of research and just applying that methodology to it.
Do you ever get a script and do you ever get a script and you feel like you could have done better?
Yeah.
And in the moment of trying to do do you ever change the script to a point where
It suits.
No, to a point where you're completely going to change it because you don't see the direction they're going, and you get to a point where maybe the writer or the producer is like, you know what, enough, this probably won't work. Because you see, from what you've just explained, you have a standard that's beyond the average actor. Give me a script, I'll do it. But you bury yourself in the character.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like a project will be too shallow, and you feel like, you know what, no, let's change ABCD. Do you ever get to that point? Because
yeah, especially with Lukman. Lukman is that creative who allows me to, thrive as well. And what do I mean by thrive? I mean, there is room for discussion. It's not like dictatorship on set. Yo, man, do this 16 rounds like this, you guy. If you don't do this like this, you guy, no. It's more like we sit down and we unearth and box a character.
yeah.
The story. So if there's anything I feel would need to be changed in that moment, we discuss with him because he's a visionary. So you don't just pull your wings and ego and then you start changing somebody's story. How? Why would you do that? Is it your vision?
Yeah.
Have you walked away from a project before
Yes, I have.
because you didn't see?
Yeah, because we were not just clicking creatively on the character and the character's goals and missions and visions and everything about the character were on different pages.
Yeah.
And so you respectfully let the project go.
Okay.
Respectfully.
Did you? Because given your dad's influence in the industry,
Yeah.
and given how the industry knows him,
Yeah.
and you're his kid,
Yeah.
trying to not exactly step in his shoes, but you're taking his path. But
Yeah.
at some point, you'll choose your own path. Was there ever that pressure?
Like up until I think I did Yat Madit or something, or I did that funeral scene. Funeral scene is a film where I played a stage 4 cancer patient, liver cancer patient, and I had to do all this. I lost so much weight. I
Oh my
lost
God.
so much weight. These guys were worried. Like my family was worried. My dad was like, "Who's the director?" I'm gonna call him up. I'm like, "Yo, man, it's my decision, bro. Like it's me who has decided to actually look like this cancer patient and not just fake it, And then like there was a lot that I did for that role. So it's up until that character that I devised a means of being different, but there was always pressure. Because right now I can gladly stand in a room and I'll be, I will account for my own work now.
Yeah.
But back in the day, I had to be in his shadow. And for a while, because it didn't even help that we had the same names. It didn't help that we were Michael Wawuyo. It did not help. So every time I'd walk into an audition, since even
They'll be like, hey, wrong
Yeah.
Michael.
why aren't you tall? Can you act like your father? I'm like, yo, can you judge me for me? Like it was hard to create my own path because even right now I'm a producer. I'm a film producer. I'm an assistant director. I'm many things in film right now beyond just acting.
Yeah.
But I'm predominantly an actor. So to even be those many things in film, I had to learn from him. But you learn, but find the things that he doesn't do, so you don't be exactly the same. So it was
Well,
there was pressure. There
At
was
least,
a lot of
at
pressure.
least he doesn't have an
lot of
ice cream
pressure.
song. Right,
At
Felix?
least, at least he has got no ice cream song, man.
Former musicians are sitting next to each
Next to
other.
each other.
Oh, Yusuf was
Both with hidden collections that they don't want to get out.
It's a dark history.
For him, he
That
failed.
was my
For him,
part,
he's a
man.
failed musician.
I didn't fail.
I think as a failed musician, me. I think as a failed musician because I
But
thought.
you see, when you're Netflix, there's no room for failure.
we can't say fail. It was a stepping
It
stone.
was a stepping stone.
You see, I'd have the same argument. I don't mean to offend anyone out there.
But you on CNN.
I looked at it and I was like, do I want to afford my life?
Oh, wow.
Or keep pushing this thing? I'm like,
But before Ian,
blow, bro.
maybe one day
No,
there'll
not
be
for
a
everybody,
movie
but-
where you get to use your again, I'm here for secrets only. Another thing he used to do other than this karate situation was I think it's the name Michael or something, but all those Michael Jackson dances in the mirror. He used to have dance-offs with himself, arguing with the man in the mirror.
but even you,
Calm down. But
I'm not
maybe I'm just saying, maybe there'll be
we
a
had
movie.
competitions all the time.
I can imagine.
Who was the
I can imagine.
favorite? Me, Max, Cynthia, Melissa. Like we were always competing in dancing, and we had to have like a dance routine and all those things. and me as an MJ fan, like there was a time even this MJ was switched from the station, and I broke down, cried.
You can see he has been acting for a long time.
Mark has not given up the routines.
Calm down.
If you find Mark in a bar with DJ
God.
Chapat,
he'll do his thing.
he'll get into their
He'll go to do his things.
Excuse me, we're supposed to tell secrets about him. It's about me, please. It's not my party. So let us run away from
I was
that.
such an MJ fan. I was that kid who was always in the mirror doing the moonwalk, arguing with myself who did it better, me or myself in the mirror. Like I was that guy.
Be telling the guy in the mirror, "Go, you made a mistake.
You made a mistake.
So anytime a musical ever presents itself, you're ready to go.
I was that guy.
You probably like tune to the music or something like that.
You get.
Since now they're doing all these Ugandan stories. Oh, like there's so many things I've been seeing that are quite interesting. Like seeing the comics with the King of Uganda stories, and also there's like a video that was trending with that whole Chibuka God something, and that video was trending online. So it will be interesting to see us like translate some of our own stories in quotes and put them. Is there anything? Do you think that there's one which you? Is there one Ugandan story? Maybe one of those from school that you think, this would be
Nambi
interesting.
has been done.
Nambi.
Kitu
Something
and
that you would
Nambi.
want to do.
That
I meant
that I want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Okay, who wouldn't want to act Walumbe?
Wow! Wawuyo presenting Michael Wawuyo as Walumbe.
Walumbe.
Wawuyo.
I really feel like that's a character that can be given justice. It's been done already. There's a film,
like on a different
called Nambi.
Yeah.
That was I think UG's first serious attempt on CGI. The guys who did the CGI are my friends. So I was like, oh, okay, this is dope. This is really dope. I was impressed, actually. Now, I just don't know how the character of Walumbe was executed. But otherwise, that's a character I would love to play. And Gipir and Labong.
But imagine, whoever thought would hear the day when someone says, yo, who would they want to be Walumbe?
I know, right?
Like, what a lie.
But you imagine Walumbe in the digital era. Like, you imagine the story, imagine in the digital era.
Oh, yeah.
That would also be dope.
That would be insane. Also, these guys who used to disappear. These guys who were demigods. Who were Bachwezi.
Yeah.
The narratives around the Bachwezi are just so epic. Though they would burning bush, and then there is no smoke, yet there's fire.
But those
crazy.
stories, they lie to us. But
No, it's real.
I listened to a podcast about dictators' chefs, and I was like, it'd be nice if they did a story about like Idi Amin's chef.
Yeah, man. Idi
Man,
Amin's chef.
there are a lot of stories around what Idi Amin could eat.
But most of them are conspiracies, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
'cause
but like truth, like actual truth about it, that would be amazing to see.
No, I feel like they need to bring some of those conspiracies there as well.
For drama,
Yeah,
for
for
dramatic
drama.
effect.
For dramatic effect.
You imagine that's a whole story where they say we could turn into a cat, spy on his enemies.
They said those things about the guy, but I don't really know because when we're shooting this 27 guns, we the first daughter Natasha made us watch 10-hour footage
Whoa.
of the actual
Situations.
situation happening in the
There,
war.
Kakat loitering somewhere.
No, man, there was no cat loitering anywhere.
Remember in season 1 when we had the episode with the 47 guns? These guys decided to cut it down and put only 27. But remember, like these people know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't watched, please go and make a research. We have come a long way. This is
Research.
season 4. We've really had a journey with so many conversations with so many interesting people. One of our recent guests, I guess, who is more related to your fields was Daniel O'Mara, and it was very interesting to see, even for me, because that was the first episode I ever missed, and it was interesting for me to be on the outside looking in at the thing and listen to these conversations, especially when you've not been in them. And it was just interesting to see like how different people approach their work and approach their activities, let me say, because I want to say act, but he does more than just, he does acting, he does stand-up, he does whatever. But you've mentioned also your method acting, and I remember Kenneth Mugabe when he was here saying, yeah, you know how they're method actors? For me, I'm a method writer. Like I like to immerse myself into the song. Like if it's a love story with this one, then I want to say, now if I was in love with her, how would I jazz her? So I feel like, so do you ever, I remember someone, he said that the other thing is when it's a sad, maybe it's a sad role and this character who's maybe depressed or whatever, he's like, after that, like when you're done with the work, he's like, there's maybe you have to fight to get yourself now out of being that person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how is it for you? Have you ever had one of those roles where you're like, okay, now you're done with it, and then, okay, how to transition to being normal again? How do I? So have you ever had a struggle with? Oh my God, this is taking longer than usual.
I've had a struggle with 2 of them. Normally, I have it's called a what?
Let's call it a grace period.
like you have a process
Yeah.
to unwind from the character, to get out of the character.
To switch off.
To switch off.
He has a safe word. No, just
But I have struggled with it twice, and that was the time I did. That's the time I did the cancer film, where I lost so much weight. I had to go to the cancer ward in Mulago. I saw some guy called Frank. He died, but he was giving me a lot of information about, his disease, because my character had his same disease, and we're just having banter. He was the only one who was welcoming of the idea of being interviewed about his situation.
Yeah.
And we bonded like that. So I have gone at those lengths. I was on apple and water a day, for 3 weeks. Like I was on a very, very downward spiral. I lost so much weight.
Those pictures are crazy. If you guys
pictures are even crazy. So when I were done with the film, you're left with all this information about stage 4 liver cancer. You don't know where to put it.
Oh.
It is so your head is so filled with all this information, and then unwinding to get back to Michael, telling your body, which you've made believe, your mind made believe that you're sick, you have stage 4 liver cancer.
Yeah.
Now you have to tell, dude, we're just joking, man. I'm just joking, bro. Just for the bag, man. They'll feed you more. And your mind can't have it. I struggled with that role, though. It took me about almost a month and a half to get out of it. And even when I did, I was struggling health-wise.
So wait, did you get therapy? Like how?
I did.
Seems,
not therapy for the character, but I did try to get people speak with me and help me, calm down. Counselors, not therapists. Yeah.
Because I find it. I cannot watch sad movies. I just can't. I can't even. I hate being in hospitals.
Yeah.
So the idea of you burying yourself in that research and actually having to have a one-on-one.
And you know what even
like
kills me
yeah.
in the film? Not even the cancer. The cancer didn't kill me, man. See, that's that. You see, like, you see, like, you go and spend so much research, man. Like you even get small, and the cancer don't kill you. Bro, at least kill me with the cancer.
It's like that guy was a crocodile hunter and what only to get killed by a jellyfish. There's always that hater.
There's always a hater. The bombs at rugby club, the ones that killed me in the film.
Oh, 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it was 7-Eleven film. But the character had cancer. So anyway, how he ends up there is a whole different story. But he ends up
Go
there
watch
and
the
then
movie.
Hard guy, man, hard guy. You went out like hard guy.
Bad guy.
You were the bomb.
Straight from
But from your time in the industry,
and 16 rounds.
Oh,
16 rounds.
because he said there were two.
Yeah. 16 rounds was very, very hard for me to get off, but easier than the other one. But still
lost
so
weight
hard
and
because now
sickness
this one, for 16 months, I had to travel. I literally had to leave Kampala, go to Mbara, 1.5 weeks, just be there. Just exist. Yeah, you're being paid. Yeah, just go and exist. Go and see Mbra. Wake up every day to see Mbra like this.
Yeah, and he's like, not a problem. Next time call me, I'll show you around.
No, but yes, I had to travel and unwind because it was very dark. Because that character was dark in a way that you don't even see on screen. The research about people like him, the PTSD, knowing about that stuff, you get to realize their mindset is a very dark space.
you know, after watching that movie, I was like, the day I meet this guy, I'll ask him, like, how was your childhood? Because how do you channel?
My childhood was fun.
Like, how do you channel all that?
Just, it's so crazy when I see some of those things. I agree with you, especially those dark roles that he has here and there. Good. Childhood was rackers. I would meet these people. Like, even when I remember when I came back to UG, one of the first times I came to these
Shout out to our Brussels people.
Shout out to our Brussels people. Shout out.
I meant like from Mbra. But from
So you left me in Brad, you came back to UG.
Shut up. When I came back, going to this guy's place, you're there, you've not seen your aunt and uncle and your cousins and what for a long time. You get there, I get a phone call. And I find him in the mirror dancing. I actually found the dad complaining. Your cousin was here dancing. But anyway, and then he complained to me, why are you now tall? Are you trying to chase me? Like, Michael Wawuyo Jr. is on some other vibes. But I remember coming back and thinking, it's been a while. I don't know how they are these days. Maybe now it's been long. Maybe they're different. I get a phone call and the whole family is in the background. Like we're in a market and they're selling stuff. I'm like, look at these hooligans. Everyone, each one of them in their corner shouting for a different person. I'm just like, oh my God, these people are mad. So yes, when I do see some of these roles, I'm also like, hey, this is like that guy, that Kalaya who tells us random stories. Yeah, and these roles that are though the funniest one
about
for
being
me.
chased down in a car and yet I was in P2. No, I don't get that. I really don't get how these guys actually sat there and believed me
No,
for a second. Y'all believed me. Y'all believed me.
You see, here he goes lying again. One thing with you is he was a serial liar, and we'll be like, where is he taking this time? It was like entertainment, story time. Like those days we couldn't go on social media. We had Junior.
For social media.
But one of the movies that was funny for me that made it awkward. Because I really actually enjoyed it. He mentioned the Martha K situation,
Blind
but for me, it was so funny because in the beginning, when he's in the next room and he jazzes her, and then he comes back around and he's the other guy, and in my head I'm like, no, why do I know the voice? Now that surprise that's supposed to be the twist of the movie, I've seen it in the first few seconds. I literally even tried to watch it again like a couple of times. I'm like, it's so bad that I'm enjoying this, but from the first watch, I've seen what the ending is going to be because that was the voice. But like, yeah, it's interesting, like Ian said, to see that diversity of the different roles. And kudos to you, Munage, being so kids guys out there, young gentlemen that are lying to those couple singers, keep lying. You might become the next.
Find you lying to
Don't listen to
we
Mark.
shall find you lying to Kosinje.
You either become a Wawuyo or a politician.
Wow.
Wow. You either become a Wawuyo or a politician. Wow.
From your time in the industry,
Yeah, man.
you know, we've often
Since 2007. Great. It's been a while.
You made it all the way from the hostel.
Since 2007.
you know,
My G.
we've always been accused of not supporting.
Yeah.
They say Ugandan fans are the worst fans.
Yeah, but
Is
no,
that
we are,
true?
yes.
We are.
We are the worst fans because we don't really support our own work, both in any sphere of art, name it. Beside, even except for maybe the musicians, maybe.
But also, there's a specific group.
But
that
many
support-
musicians will
Yeah.
still say they don't. So, but you see, I think this also then comes back to what you said, actually, what everyone here said earlier. Sometimes it's about knowing the avenue. Because, for instance, if I'm doing a certain type of work that maybe appeals, let's say, to potentially a niche crowd, then I need to find that niche audience and give
sell to
them,
them.
something that allows for them to, whether it's where I set up the event, whether I put it, like even us, we have a podcast. Like we said, there are people who are watching us right now on YouTube, whereas there are other people who do only the audio. Now, if you decide to put it only on one platform and then you complain that the guy didn't whatever, the other guy didn't have data, the other guy didn't have time, the other guy wanted to do it while walking, the other guy wanted to listen in the car.
Exactly.
So if you only give him that video and he doesn't go to it, as opposed to giving him the option of the audio. So I do feel like sometimes, yes, we do have support related issues. There are issues because we're growing, we're improving in that category. But I do feel like, I don't know if we always also, on our end as the creatives, I don't know if we always provide the opportunity to be supported. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, you guys like, support my business, but it's your business supporting the
It's your business,
opportunity for me to support it.
Like, we speak about, hey, you guys don't support our work, but then are you giving the people quality work?
Yeah,
man?
exactly. Something like that, for
Are you
instance.
feeding them with quality? And I think Lukman came in, and I would not want to say he's the only one, but he's among the few that came in and like changed that narrative a bit.
Yeah.
So when he gave guys a bit of quality work, every Ugandan was
We
speaking
know
about
exactly,
you get
because we
about
all
his
know,
work.
we may not know other people in their thing, but we
Yeah,
we
they
know that
know Lukman
we know
Ali.
Lukman Ali.
So serve your audience quality and then see if they'll not support your work.
Yeah, let's teach them.
Could
Let's
it
teach
also
them to
be
support.
could it also be an issue of guys being unaware of the film ecosystem?
Yeah.
In the sense that for example, like
Interesting
the
choice
way
of
the way
word,
we
film
consume
ecosystem.
music, right? The way we consume music, a guy will create a song, put it on streaming platforms, we stream it, we go to shows, we pretty much we
We know where
follow
we're getting what
him.
we're supposed to.
But
Yeah.
then for movies, it's a bit different because it's going to take you like 2 years plus to do this movie. Then you release it. Chances are, if I'm not aware of that ecosystem, if I don't follow people in that ecosystem, I won't hear of it.
Exactly.
And even if it's out there, in the sense that there are not so many platforms where I would say like, okay, I enjoyed seeing Michael Wawuyo in 16 rounds, Blind Date. Where can I go to meet up with him or to see him do his thing live? Could it be that issue that most Ugandans are not aware of the film ecosystem, and chances are that ecosystem also is keeping it to itself in one way or the other?
Also, that ecosystem is on baby steps, though. Like it's still trying to nurture itself. It's still trying to find its footing. It's still trying to have. We're still as an industry grappling with that those streamlined structures that will help that industry propel. So there is that, and then yes, the audience not knowing how to go about the ecosystem. If you're not part of the system, then chances are high you don't know even one actor. You get, except on Power Magic, maybe you watch Sanyu or Prestige, and that's all you know about the Ugandan film
JDC.
industry. JDC.
Why are you leaving out that one? Why are you leaving out that one? Let us be guided. This one is unserious.
And JDC, yes. JDC is actually a very nice show.
If you do say so yourself.
So
So also, in addition to that, there are so many platforms that quote unquote take on Ugandan film.
yeah.
So that's your multi-choice, and I think after multi-choice, there's usually
YouTube.
none after that. Well, maybe YouTube. So for a filmmaker who has seen you in all these different things, who has seen you reach this level of success, and chances are they may not do a production that may entice Multichoice to be like, hey, here's a budget, continue, go do what you do. What advice would you give them? What should they sort of like to keep going? Sort of like, yeah, you know what? Multichoice might not make my thing, but I still have to create. I still have to put out this content. I still have to make movies.
Multichoice, I would say, is like one of many avenues that you can showcase your work.
Yeah.
So if Multichoice has closed the door, it doesn't mean all the other doors are closed. What you have to do is understand why Multichoice closed the door on you. Is it because your story was off? Is it because your film, your project in general was lacking? If
Was it
so,
a quality issue?
yeah, is it a quality issue? If so, tie those knobs, man. Like tighten those knobs, and then stiffen your upper lip, and then go and knock on the next door. You see, don't just look at Multichoice. There is Showmax, for Christ's sake. There is HBO. I mean. So you don't just have to look at Multichoice as only it's very welcoming to Ugandan content, but if they have shut you out, there's a reason why. Understand why. Twist those knobs up and then find the next best deal. Don't just give up. Keep writing, keep producing, keep directing, keep filming.
From that experience, do you feel like because of course getting to a platform like Multichoice is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
So do you feel like there is a chance for like independent filmmakers to get to that point? Is that, I know it's about quality and what, but as an independent filmmaker, what can you actually do to position yourself for Multichoice to see you and be like, okay, we can talk?
This is a question for a Multichoice person.
No, for him, because you've had the privilege of going that far.
Yeah.
So you know, because
For Multichoice.
no, you know it from a filmmaker's perspective. You know what it actually takes to get to that,
Our
not
stories.
from a Multichoice level.
Let's say Multichoice and Netflix. Let's and HBO. Let's combine.
That's everything.
Multichoice, your story has to be relatable. You have to have a relatable project, so to speak. Don't just give guys. They are very big on growing African stories.
Yeah.
And homegrown stories. So if your story is one of those homegrown things where it's like, you know what I mean, a homegrown story.
Yeah.
Then Multichoice and is properly packaged.
Yeah.
Chances are high Multichoice is going to work with you. Chances are high. Then if it's something you've already shot, besides the quality, chances are high Multichoice is still going to give you a chance.
Yeah.
But for the Netflix, they don't beat an eyelid. They don't bat an eyelid. They don't even mince their words. They need quality. You have to shoot with a specific camera, with a specific, they have specifications. And even your sound must be of a certain quality. It must be able to be played in for Dolby or something like that.
Yeah.
So you don't just joke with those things when it comes to.
So Felix has shared with us the list before of the different cameras, the different ones.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I know this
They
might
are
be-
very specific in what they need.
I know this
your
might be a
project to
question
look
for Lokman, but I want to believe that you guys had shot this film before Netflix came along.
Yes, Yellow Jumper. Yes.
Yeah. Well, there are certain things when Netflix came along, they're like, okay, can you guys change this? Can you change this? And
a
you
lot.
guys had to run back to a studio and be like,
Yeah,
okay, we
a
have
lot.
to change this.
In fact, the whole of Yellow Jumper is ADR. You know what ADR is?
I don't know. For people in Atete, we don't know.
ADR is audio digital recording.
Yeah.
Like it's post recording whereby you listen to the sound, and even if they're in a car and there's all this movement happening, the sound is still crisp. You barely hear the. So you will still hear everyone's sound. If it's a pin drop, it's a pin drop. So you go to studio and record over that sound you recorded while on the set. You record the entire film again in studio.
Is that
So
what they
Yellow
call-
Jumper is a predominantly ADR film.
I was going to say, is that what they call Foley? Like,
Only are the things they add, say, cup moving,
Yeah,
you know that keys. That's Foley, but
me slapping Ian.
you slapping Ian. So I really feel like Yellow Jumper, they made us change a lot of things because initially we didn't think it was going on Netflix. It was just a film we're doing for the cinema. So we had to do it cinema quality. We're aiming cinema quality, 5.0 Dolby sound, just cinema quality.
Yeah.
And then Netflix gets interested when they see the trailer and they ask, look, man, is this a finished thing? And we're like, oh yeah, it's finished. That's how we showed them the film, and they say, switch it up, switch.
And for speaking on behalf of all Ugandans, it was a small price to pay to make sure our content is there.
I remember waiting for the date. It's out. Now this group, now that one is there. Now, like, I remember. If I say this, then these people will disturb me again. But anyway, so we have some cousins that are out of uni. And you know, like, for now, you have something to send them where you can be like, you know, they don't have to come here and watch it. Like, go to your Netflix and look for this girl in the yellow jumper and watch the hell out of that. So yeah, it was just interesting for us to have that type of thing where we can shut up.
Did you see the second one? The second one that they found?
Yes.
The Katera, the shorter one.
But let me ask, what's your dream project?
I haven't yet played it though, of course.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the Dream Project. But
Money no object, access no object.
yeah,
What's your dream project?
Yeah, with which actor, with which whatever, in which country?
I have always longed to play a proper psycho. You know, a psycho. Proper psycho.
You know.
No, but there is no fun in playing the awesome guy. Like, in case I was given the Joker, those are huge shoes to fill. I don't even think I can play the Joker, but I tried for it one time. We auditioned for it. And the audition slide was the Joker. That part where he tells the story where he says, why so serious? And we auditioned for it. Not that it was for the Joker, but it was for something else, but it was close to being like the Joker. And these guys actually had they clapped. They're like, I was like, wait, wait. So I feel like if I'm given something like that, or something close to that, something very off, a guy who's bordering insane, but he's actually sane. Like, he actually can explain to you why he's doing the things he's doing, and it makes sense. But what he's doing is very, like, it's so off. I don't know how to explain it.
Do you know why I'm
but
not
I hope
surprised?
you can get it. Why?
You give me
Psychopath vibes? Sorry. I was just like,
You give me Jack Gyllenhaal energy.
man. We are no longer family, man.
You give me Jack Gyllenhaal energy.
Yeah.
There's a way when he does a movie and he's a psychopath, you can see it, and that's why I was asking, like, how was your childhood? Because every time you embody a character, you just really get lost in it, and the next time I see you and it's a different character, I'm like, okay, he's out of it. But
it's something else.
to our audience out there, guys, I know we've sat here next to this man and he has said he would like to be a proper psychopath. He would also like to be Walumbe. But anyway, to hear a few more of his secrets and many others from some of your favorite peoples out there, even from the rest of us, you know what you can do to support the podcast? You can send some money to 624404. That is 624404. Guys, do I divert us or you still have?
Wait, before you divert us,
I
he was still talking about
being a proper psychopath.
the dream project.
Oh,
Now
yes.
you've mentioned the character and what
setting?
actors, what setting. What
Like, would you want it to be a Hollywood, whatever, a UG something? Is there a guy out there in the world who you've looked up and you'd want to work with?
I'm that actor who's not looking for Hollywood, because if you go looking for Hollywood, you might not get into Hollywood, because Hollywood is very it's very cutthroat.
Terms and conditions.
That's
It's very cutthroat. It has to find you. If it doesn't find you, dude, just do your thing. You get, do your thing, be the biggest African movie star ever, even if you're not in Hollywood.
Yes.
But when the time is right, you will get there. However, I'm this actor who's who makes sure I do something, and then they notice, and then they say, you guys, like they did for Yellow Jumper, something like that. So another dream project is I would love to do. There too is a guy that is mentally challenged.
Forrest Gump vibes.
Forrest Gump vibes. Thank you. That's one of my favorite films, actually.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite films, Forrest Gump. Like you all My Left Foot, Daniel Day-Lewis. Have you seen it? Please watch it
I thought you were gonna say
tonight.
Left Ear.
My Left Foot. We had a dog called Left Ear back in the day.
You guys are saying inside family jokes.
Yeah, that's inside family jokes. No. This My Left Foot is by my favorite actor. He's like the most Methodist ever that has ever existed. The guy goes so insane for his characters. He's the guy that did Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Not the Vampire Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah, so because he's that guy who did the Vampire Hunter. I'm like, what? So this guy goes. He's my inspiration for doing method acting. He's the reason I do method acting. Like I watch him and I'm just taken aback by his performances. In the Name of the Father, My Left Foot, Last of the Mohicans,
Oh, I used to like
Lincoln.
that.
He is just an extremist, and he does one movie like in 7 years. Like you get, he's a guy who's like. So he did a movie called My Left Foot, and he was a bit challenged mentally. He had a condition, and it was not funny. Or like Leonardo in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Have you seen that film? He was like 12.
I don't think I can watch a movie with that title. I think I would be distracted.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape. But he was 12 and he was acting with Johnny Depp, who was like 19
Now,
at
Baba
the
has
time.
also always acted like
You know,
roles
so-
where he's off.
Those are movies when Hollywood had performances, like actual performances, and from a 12-year-old kid, 12-year-old Leo pulling off a mentally challenged kid was fantastic to watch. So those challenged things of the mind, mental roles fascinate me.
I hope the manager has a budget for.
What, you're going to start writing?
She had better have a budget for counselors. But the beauty is in the applause you get from the people. The beauty is in watching yourself at the end of it all and saying, you can barely recognize yourself, seeing that you can't even recognize yourself in that role. I haven't reached there yet. I still see myself. When you guys see somebody else, me, I see myself. Like, brah, we have to do something.
Tell a better lie there.
Yeah, we have to tell a better lie.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to distract us a bit because people may think we are serious, yet we are not. Okay, we are. But by the way, we're very serious people. I was lying like him. You see, how did he like my acting? But anyway, right now, I want us to just go a bit offside and again bring it back to a bit of music. And because especially like, when you were talking about Girl in the Yellow Jumper, I was remembering the soundtrack, and I remember how excited I was about certain things in there, about Kenneth and Charmix Sentongo, about Taka HD, Keko JB. Like there's a lot of stuff in there that
has a soundtrack.
he has a song in Girl in the Yellow.
does?
Anyway,
Hey, okay.
the music side is me to educate you. The acting one, your turners. But anyway, we right now I just wanted to ask everyone here if there's a song, a Ugandan song, old, very old or whatever, a song that takes you back to a specific moment, whatever it was, a TBT basically
When
on a
you tell us
Saturday.
before we left home,
You have no song that reminds you of anything. You have no throwback.
you start.
I'll let him start. I think I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking.
You guys are, I think, stop thinking of how to lie.
I have one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if but I've said this one before. I've said it before. When you guys talked about the whole dancing, I remembered when I used to wear my butter shoes.
Yes, you've told us.
I told that one before.
When you thought you were Michael Ross.
Yeah.
You were Michael Ross.
Michael who?
Before he became Superman. But
Oh, wow. Superman when they threw him off the stage. Wow, Ian. He was also trying out for a role.
well, you guys can go as I think.
You.
A Ugandan song where leave Michael Soldier Boy. Okay. I think I have one. Yes, I do have a Ugandan song that takes me back to random times. I was listening earlier in the week. It should count as Ugandan, right? Does something that's Papito count as Ugandan? Or I take
Papito
it out?
is Uganda.
Yes, I'm just saying, like, for his project that he didn't release in YouTube, you guys may say, so I'm saying
Terms and
Papito.
conditions.
Terms and conditions
Okay,
apply.
the song is unreleased.
No, it was released.
Yeah.
It's just not in YouTube.
But I feel like this
is
borders
Uganda.
nepotism still.
I'm still a nepotism. I pick another one outside.
It's close to
Kanepo
home.
nepo there.
Kanepo.
I didn't say.
To our dear audience. No, anyway. It's adult. No, okay.
But we've allowed it. We've
No,
allowed
I cannot allow this. I cannot say that the whole day I've been on Kanepo. So I have to switch up. Oh, okay. I had some work being done, but a song that takes me back to how much vibe it brings, especially for an old song, but it still brings madness in the bala. It takes me back to the past when it had, when it was as hot as it was, to our first edition of 256 Mix and Beats, where it was played and people still lost their minds. And that's Afrigo's Sikulimba.
Sikulimba.
That's
Don't say there's no Kanepo there. There's no Kanepo.
You might find Mark's dad played the saxophone. We don't know.
Do you know why? Do you know that's one of the very few songs where you must drop all your swag, your
And
ego, your
get
pride,
into
and
Sikulimba.
just get into it.
Sikulimba.
You must apply the
Jim
system.
Wange.
Gym is a different problem.
No,
that
but gym
one
is,
is not swag of
gym is a
dancing.
bit
That one
calm.
you have to sing everything.
Hey.
But they are saying, you just sing that
You
shit
sing
like.
Kubankube. But
So-
wait, those guys had jumps, man.
Yeah.
Ian, and I've given you time to think. You are there accusing me of Nepo.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
think for me,
And then don't say tonics. Sorry.
when, next episode, me and Tonics. I think for me, it's Dr. Jose Chameleon's Valu Valu. I think.
Why though?
It's. I remember I was a child. I don't remember whose wedding
child?
or function it was.
Hold up, you were a child with
Not really young. I was like a teen or so. I was like in high school. And we
Well,
went
you
to-
look the part, God.
and we went to a
So
function.
you haven't been growing. Height-wise. You have been a same height all your life.
He picked in life early.
And we went to a function, and I think it was a wedding, and that's the song the couple danced to.
Yeah.
And the man was those people who take themselves too serious. But when they played the song, it blended with his seriousness.
His serious vibe
still
was
able
matching.
to still fit in
Yeah.
the song. And I looked at him and I was like,
One day, one valu.
No, I was like, this song is really, really perfect. And I can't dance.
Like a baluvaru.
Yeah, like I can't dance. But it was one of those
Except
songs-
with your butter shoes. Those- Sorry, go on.
You might find you had another pair for functions.
Oh, that's waiting.
Winner classic.
Gweza bagenyi, ezokukyalamu.
Guys,
Sunday
on your
best.
case, man.
Those things.
You see, this is why I've been away from the point.
Now we know.
And so I can't really dance, but I feel like whenever
At
I
least
think
valu you can dance.
for Valu Valu,
You can copy the other guy's moves.
For
But
me,
he was a bit fat. Me, I'm small. But
it was in those
those ones. Man. So every time I think of like a song that takes me back, especially given the chapter of my life, Valu Valu is, you know.
Yeah, okay.
For
amazing.
you, you
Michael?
already chose Chikomando.
No,
Michael
Michael.
first speak. You behave.
Me. That was when I was thinking I was going to become Asha or Michael. In
Hey, I
that
thought you were
time.
going to get the mic and do a spin.
Kubakangamu just kubakangamu. Anyway, at the time I thought I was going to start those
Kick our mic, pull it back.
ice cream. Sadly, but I don't listen to that song even.
I thought that's your
But wait.
throwback song. Interesting.
It is my
I like
throwback
it. I
song.
like it. I like
But you
it.
know, I've
206
looked for a
hasn't-
song, but I can't find it online.
Let me tell you, I
It's
also
so,
look,
yeah.
I'll look for it because I.
Talk to me properly. It's online. I can show it to you now.
Hey,
Now,
you
like
tell us
this.
the artist name because
No,
it seems you had
Michael
another
featuring Wick Basso.
Weak basu.
Weak basu.
How do you spell weak?
Weak.
Like John Wick.
Weak.
What about weak nigga?
Like weak nigga.
Hey.
The guy who uploaded the song
Was weak. Sorry.
put
Go.
Weak basu there, but I don't know why though.
You don't know who Weak Basu is.
No, Weak basu is the chick I sang with the song.
Yeah, so she.
Basu is the song I sang with the song. But the guy put weak basu.
Oh, is that of basu?
Put weak basu. That's the only way you can find that song.
Guys,
man. It's
today
sad.
in the podcast opener, make sure you put weak Ian.
Oh my god. I don't know if guys. Oh my god.
We shall embed it.
That's so.
Behind the scenes crew, you know what to
think I was
do.
going to become, like.
Oh, it's R&B.
Great. Great music video.
Oh.
Boy. These guys have done a side bow now, it's all because of weak basu.
Even the energy.
I will never find another love.
Mark never sent us this homework. We could have prepped better.
Bruce Melody, you shall fix it in post. In post, you shall put for us weak basu.
That song takes me back to a time in my life where I was in Form 6 work. And that's 206 or something like that. And I wanted to become a musician. And I was heavily but I wanted to outdo my chorus. I wanted to show him great. There's another Mike also here.
We shall throw you off another stage. Sorry, God.
And my chorus at that time was on those vibes of yo malunji mama.
Tell me
Yes.
if
Tell me if I can outdo this guy with my ice cream.
Fido didn't even give you sponsorship.
Give it a sponsorship.
Oh my God. And Bimbo.
I was the first guy to sing ice cream before Shiba, man.
Yeah. You also on a song with Opu.
Oh yes, that one now there I was more serious.
Research was made here.
Bro, this is the first time I'm being asked about ice cream and Warrior.
Hey, Warrior.
Yeah, by OPU. That one now on campus. We just finished campus. Now we came from campus. We said, you know what? Let's go bed that. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was not going to be an actor. I wanted to be a triple threat: singer, dancer,
music, dance, and drama.
music, dance, and drama.
Full conditioning.
full conditioning. But
Terms and conditions.
You realize you can't sing. Myth is telling you guys, what the hell is this kind of thing? Myth gave ice cream. Myth gave ice cream.
Why did you get marked right for you? Why you had excited right?
These guys gave ice cream. Just know my family was just having a field day. They were laughing, falling on the ground like that.
So when you guys say nepotism, understand that if it's funny, we'll laugh at it. So if we are saying it, it's because it's good.
Speaking of nepotism and laughing at people, when you saw Max acting in the video, I don't know if you watched it.
Yo, I watched it.
Hey,
I watched it.
Out of 10, how did he do?
Why you think I can give my brother 3? I gave him 10. What are you talking about? I gave him 10.
Man, that video,
acting, man.
Komusinje left me. Anyway, it's okay. I'm only act as a psychopath also. And we go after them and we kill all of them. All of them who left us in that video. But anyway, one of you hasn't. Ian, You're trying to survive.
You're trying to survive.
For me, it's simple. No money, Red Banton. We've been looking for money since
Let me tell you,
now.
that's even my job. It's so interesting because I even told Jeffers, I'm like, whatever you're planning for Meets and Beats, just make sure you play for me Nonya Money. That is the only request I have because I agree with you. That is the one. The mood right now.
That is the ultimate throwback.
Felix should choose another song.
He
looks rich and he has no money.
Guys on Forbes 30 under 30 and he's there telling you
You did hear my intro.
What's the best intro of UG? That is the one. Best are those who believe.
That's fine.
So in line of what the trip Mark just took us on, I'm going to give you 2 Ugandan songs, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to read the lyrics. You guess the song title and the artist.
Yeah.
In case you can pick any of these guys to help you.
We won't help you.
Yeah. So when they fail,
You be a method actor, suffer in your role.
Let me
Suffer
suffer
in
in
your
my
role.
role.
they're only going to be 2 songs. And they're easy.
Let me hope. I don't trust him when he says easy.
Okay, we go here, we go. Ngenda nendowooza nti mmalako. Nga mmanyi nina kye nkozeeko. Si kinene kimmazaako, awo ne ngenda nze ndabeko. Noonya oyo anaalyako. Ampe ku ssuubi ansekereko. Nsanze ono antunuddeko. Sijja kulwa kaneeyogereko. And I know I tried not to rhyme because when you rhyme, guys will get the song, but yeah.
No nyamani.
I know.
No, that one would have been Koiro.
I can repeat, eh?
Yeah, not that it will help.
Ngenda nendowooza nti mmalako. Nga mmanyi nina kye nkozeeko. Si kinene kimmazaako. Awo ne ngenda nze ndabeko. Noonya oyo anaalyako. Ampe ku ssuubi ansekereko. Nsanze ono antunuddeko. Sijja kulwa kaneeyogereko. Ate manager seems to know because I see her reacting.
But she's there saying Ferrari. What is Ferrari? I don't understand Ferrari.
Gentlemen, do you want to help me? Yes?
In this movie, an actor coming all the way, he's suffering in his movie and he's dying
not you are
alone.
suffering.
Yes, I have suffered already.
Ani akumanyi nkola mu banka. That one.
That thing.
You don't know that one?
You see, for you read like it's a poem. Like you just, man.
It is ani akumanyi.
Ani akumani.
Which part of Vania Kumani?
That's the opening line. Those are the opening lines of Ani akumanyi.
So it's a throwback like that.
Yogereko nkola mu banka. Ani akumanyi. Sola muyenga ani. Okay, the next one.
So
But this one is
we
easy.
know, even if he reads our favorite song, we won't get
listen.
it.
This one is easy.
You know he interned as a head teacher once. So he still channels his headmaster
So,
vibe.
you think I read it to us at assembly? The following
This
students
one is
did not.
easy. How do you be my love? It's been a while since we spoke truly, my love. Thought you were through with the thugs. I'm thinking you need a hug. Because they keep treating you like a groupie, my love. I know that I've been on a low, and that's been pretty unavoidable. I've been going through the most.
Nag.
Thug.
Ate, if those two can't guess, we kick them off the pod and it ends here. And I'm not repeating it. 'cause you guys-
Don't know. Even the kids don't know. Check them.
I wasn't paying attention, but something has come through.
Bleak chops.
The guy says easy. Then he confuses. He know that regardless of what it is, we shall not get easy. So then he has said, I moved the line that would help you get it.
You be my love.
How do you be my love?
Which song is that?
How do you be my love?
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
You give me a go ahead, I tell you. Oh, you're still searching.
Can we try
You're
to
still
guess?
Google searching.
There's no Google. Google can't help.
Shazam.
Shazam. There's no Shazam in the way you're reading.
Shazam should sponsor this segment. Guys,
This is lyrical Shazam.
How do you be my love? You know you can repeat that and you still don't get it.
The
How
last
do you
is-
be my
you see,
love?
it's like the last one. As soon as he said, then you're singing along, and then you're like, "Now, why did I get it?" Okay,
You get.
let's move. Tell us.
the myth, first family.
That is why we didn't get it.
No, hold on. You know, I almost say it sounds like how the myth writes.
No,
Was when you say groupies, thug,
no.
through.
That is okay.
So the opening line is dedicated to UG. So that's why he's telling UG. I thought you were through with the thugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
It's a jump to UG.
It's more of like
he
first
has like
family.
10
Like,
down.
If you had given us boss vowel,
and he had his first acting role in the video.
I thought first family. This is the family.
no,
Let's go with first family.
Nepotism doesn't always work.
it always works.
It's like when your uncle gets your job interview and you mess it up.
So I have a few more questions that are not as complicated as his, because mine, small issues. I'm going to ask some few to you. Then I'll ask maybe 3 more for the house at large. The first one's for you. It's an either or situation. So first one, very simple. Acting or directing? No context. You don't have to explain it. It's because of the did. You just speak and we figure it out.
Gigi ba gigi.
Man, no directing. It's supposed to be easy though. But I'm seeing both. I'm trying to weigh both of them in my head, and I predominantly I'm this guy. Then there's a guy who makes the dimes. Directing, because there is the dimes. Yeah, but because then when you're directing, I'm a better director than I am an actor. I can tell you how to perceive a certain character.
How to channel Walumbi.
Yeah, better than I can actually do it myself, which is weird, right? You would think it's weird, but it's the truth. Like,
anyway, Ian is also here advising rappers on how to be better rappers than he was as a rapper. So
yeah.
so I guess we understand. I see what you're saying. So.
I can afford my bills.
But guys, I'm psyching. Acting, acting, my guy. Like, I mean, I've thought about it. There's nothing that can take that beats a role you love so much. Not even the money. Yeah. Like if the character is what you have been looking for, that's more.
I was that guy for that whole period. I was that guy.
Yeah, it's more fulfilling than actual cash.
Yeah, and also from what you've said throughout this whole podcast, I feel like you're an actor that actually likes and wants to be an actor.
Yeah.
So I was shocked when you're like,
directing. I know, but I told you he's a liar, so there's your evidence.
You're fussing about the company.
I know money talks, but eventually you come back to the way you're supposed to. Yeah. So the second one, I want to ask you. So you have to pick between the two of these. I know Ian as well. Since you were in that phase where you wanted to be that musician and what, that is what has made me pick these two that were active singers in UG at that time. You don't have to explain your reasoning, but Michael Ross or Tonix?
In that time?
Michael who?
Michael who?
I think I would have gone with Michael Ross.
Sorry, I just wanted him to be annoyed with your answer.
I wanted to outdo him for a while. I had dreams of outdoing Michael Ross and
like
showing him who is who.
Tonix can't dance like that.
Tonix can't dance like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But Michael Ross, those whole dancing thing, I had I don't use the word against him, because I kept thinking I can dance. Why is he the famous chap? Yeah, but I was also inspired by him as well.
I'll open that one up to Ian as well, just so he can say.
Tonix.
I just want to give balance.
No, hold on. This needs context.
We said no context.
I don't think
Michael Ross had some
people
jams
realize
back in the day, my guy.
how, in fact, Alan Tonix.
They both had jams back in the day, some serious jams.
No, but when you look at Tonix's career, he has, I think it's all hits, no misses. Because for every phase, for every chapter where he comes out, he dominates. For every chapter. No, see, that's what's a bit. No. I get where you're coming from, and that's what's a bit unfortunate. That
Tonix, no offense,
How do you feel about his last album?
That was going to be my question when you said I know misses.
the album was.
You miss it, eh?
For us.
Sorry.
Hold on.
You miss it.
No, for us who are, for me, who's a proper Tonix fan. At first, I didn't get it. I was like, my guy, where are we going? But eventually, I actually appreciated what he did. Because when was it? Yesterday, we had gone somewhere. And his influencer song played. And I was like, I wonder why he didn't get more airplay. Because Tonix, over the years, Next
Go stop
episode.
being a Tonics influencer. In your defense, both Felix and I will tell you that recently in office we really did go through like the whole Tonics catalog, and it's really really dope. And I will still insist that you are lying when you say no misses, because that last album. Anyway, it could have featured misdemeanor. Anyway, there was a lot of
Mrs. Elliot.
misdemeanor Elliot.
But everyone has that phase where you try to experiment.
Yeah, which is okay, but you can't say no misses. That's what I'm saying. Like let's be fans that.
No, for me, I liked
it. But anyway, but like I said, that was a fire catalog. The mere fact that this is 2 weeks ago, we played everything, and there's just so much dope music. And to see it in this day and age, like, great, these are my songs. And like for me was, oh God, why do I keep setting myself? But me was a phase where I'm not around to be able to listen to every song and be like, each one of these, even if I wasn't there, each one of these, I know, and it's fire.
Yeah.
Because there are songs that like there are artists that I listen to now when people are talking about it. Even yesterday when Friday night after Joshua Baraka's thing, Thursday night after Joshua Baraka's event.
Was anyone counted yesterday?
Leave those problems. The only count we need is here, the count Markula. After Joshua's
When you
thing,
say Thursday, I remembered yesterday.
they
was a public
played
holiday.
Henry Tegan. And that's one of those, like, okay, I now know that song because, of course, once we had Akine here, she talked so much about Henry. And
This guy was not emailing you those songs when you are not here.
he was in Mbara for a role. but yeah, like for him, I feel so bad that I missed his peak. Yeah, like I didn't get to enjoy when he was active and live. But there are so many that I got to enjoy. But just those where I feel like, I missed out. Like there was like something there that I missed. Aziz Azion. I listened as soon as I came back, of course, because of the type of friends I have and they were into the music. So I did listen eventually. We saw him live. I did stuff. But I feel like there's stuff I missed, like being, when a song is hot and you're in it when it's hot. Like for Rabba, at least I got to enjoy everything. But now like for Tonics, I got to have all of it. Even when I wasn't there, it was like epic. So those are people who did well.
Tony, swag meter. That girl, that phase, my God. For you are not here, you wouldn't understand.
I think Tonics' best jams were the ones he did because he had just showed up.
But he had a fire intro to the career.
Oh, he had a fire intro. He had such a fire intro to his career. Such a fire intro. It was amazing to hear this kid who looked like he was like my age, we were like in the same age bracket as if. I'm like, but he's being a star. I'm like, what up? What up? Nigga, you being a star, what up? And he has a unique voice. I'm like, man. That's when I realized I can't sing.
My theory with Tonics has always been, at that time, most people were doing Luganda. They would do Luganda in a proper Luganda way. They say a word, it's the Luganda.
It's a legitly Luganda word, yeah.
So now here comes a guy who does Luganda in a bougie way.
Tonics.
Tonics. And he's doing it in a bougie way. So it created that thing of like
The resistance.
Yeah.
Like there's something new. Like an urban Luganda pretty much.
Like his music wasn't from Uganda, it was from Uganda.
Better Nange was his jam. Better Nange. That was his jam. Intro.
The remake is very annoying. It does not pay
There's a
homage
remake?
to the original.
There's a remake on the album.
On his most recent album.
So much for no misses.
With who?
You're now contradicting
I
yourself.
think Lydia Jasmine.
I think Lydia Jasmine.
Why?
That one.
Why?
Don't fight.
I'm fighting
Don't
already.
bring out the Umbutu uppercut.
Mark, your questions are done?
Yes. And then I wanted to ask everyone else who's here, because you people didn't show up with me into the Barackland, I decided to put you on the spot and ask a random difficult question that is easy because it's tastes and preferences, and you don't have to give context. Just to put you on the spot, just. Joshua Baraka, Cohen JC.
Nice.
Pick your poison.
This is difficult, man. I will go with the devil I know than the angel I don't. I'll go with Cohen JC.
The
Joshua
devil I know.
I mean, I've been hearing his vibes for a while.
Okay.
But I prefer Cohen JC. No, that
No?
Baraka is
Yes,
Wagu.
no, it's okay.
He's their boss.
Yeah, fire is fire.
Fire.
Fire is fire.
Fire is fire.
I picked a difficult one because they are both fire. Ian.
We know you're on a influencer gig, but
Hey, he's being influenced.
He's on a
Influence.
payroll.
no, I
a
think
camera.
We was
eh?
talking about. I brought it up saying I'm from Joshua's event 2 nights ago. And you're telling me I'm going to go
That's the thing. You have to make it
You have
seem
to balance.
authentic.
You
Like, you know?
have to make it. See,
You don't make it look direct. Like, hey, guys.
authenticity.
I'm a method influencer.
Hey, method influencing
Yeah,
is not easy.
it's okay. It's really justice and and you can like both.
not I think it's Cohen JC for me.
Okay.
Why?
That's 2 votes for
What
you.
happened to
now.
no
You say
context?
no context,
But
Yeah.
you can
Just
give
to-
your why
just
if
to
you're
put it in
dying.
context. Joshua Baraka has already done it, and Cohen
JC
JC
hasn't.
He's doing it.
Cohen JC. I feel like Cohen JC is that song you've not discovered yet, but the moment you discover it, you're like, oh my god! And I feel like the world has not yet
And
discovered.
But when they
But when
understand,
they do,
yeah, okay.
But for Joshua, they already know.
so you're like it was okay. Ian,
Yeah.
Ian, Felix, you had
No,
survived.
for me, it is Cohen. I mean, I worked with him on Winner One.
God has been in the thing. Manager Felix has also been in the behind
I worked
the
with him on
thing.
Winner One, and yeah, he has been on the podcast before.
You've been here before.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Season
yeah, it's
2,
Cohen.
episode
Even
10.
did a cappella version of the other song.
Siganye.
So, yeah, Siganye.
Live Carry Mix with Mutono.
But yes, Baraka, man. The guy was on Times Square billboard yesterday.
The Spotify wants to look out for. You know, one thing about the Joshua show, let me just give some feedback for those that were not there as before we close off. One of the things is it was so great for me to first of all reach the villa and almost fail to enter. And when I say fail, I don't mean from the gate, I mean from the road, because the car situation and the madness at that hour of the people just trying to get in and figure their way to get to the show. I think that was a beautiful sight for urban music. And you know how we say we may not have access to these things, but it was a beautiful sight to see that before even entering. And then now you get in, and first we're seated and we're like, when we saw him standing and he was getting into, like, he puts the guitar away and he's like, guys, now we're about to vibe. We're like, these sitting bougie things, we need to be in front down there. And
When aren't you in front?
You know, because
For you, you're always
to start
there.
off, we were still in the acoustic session, so we had to first be seated
When
and
he's not
civilized. Then when the bring it session happened and went up front, it was just so interesting to see the energy of both the fans in general, let's say the randoms, like we normal fans, us, then to see the artist support, the Bebe Cool, the Maurice Carrier.
Did you just say
Benon.
you the fans and the random fans?
No, me, us the normal random fans, I'm the random normal ones. Then now I've said, like, then the other people, like Maurice and Benon and Bebe, and it was so interesting to see that wide range of, Winnie Waji, Elijah Chitaka, whatever. Like, of course, then the younger artists, the Cohens,
So you did
the
go for
Genesis.
the show that was at Onomo.
So the Joshua Baraka thing was quite interesting, and it was amazing to see. And we look forward to seeing more like that. And it also goes to show people that, hey, if you avail the work to your fan, you know what we were talking about earlier with bringing guys platforms and giving them access, letting them know, because this wasn't even advertised for that long. So I'm like, if guys know about something in advance, and if you give them the opportunity to support you, maybe they will. And give them quality work. And Joshua did some more things there, and I was like, oh my god. Like, went into some freestyle part. For me, that freestyle, even when he was done, when that party had parted, I went back and said, wait, that freestyle, make sure that session is there in all your shows, whichever show it is, over you're in Serena, down the line, over you're where, make sure that in the middle of all your songs, you give guys that session of, let me first freestyle for you guys, because that was dope. And also, it's surprising. Like, when people hear this guy wanting to be Walumbe, want to be a psychopath, you know, when you see that guy and he looks like this, and he wants to be something else, and you're like, wait, but you hear about ice cream? You know what I'm trying to say? You start hearing the other side, you're like, wait, so with Joshua with his lovey-dovey and what, and oh, my baby boo. And then now you then hear him freestyling, brought the girl today, what did I did? And you're like, hey, what? So, yeah, it's an interesting thing. And you know that I still did answer the question. But guys,
yeah. So, Onomo.
no more answers from me. And no more questions for the episode. Michael Wawuyo Jr., thank you for joining us. Award-winning actor. By the way, guys, we don't wait for you random people. We bring people who are serious. Everyone, all the way to Bruce Melody on the camera. and all the interns that are here to join
Hey,
us.
today,
Normally when I say
interns.
Joseph, I'm just saying a name, but there's a bad man. But yes, a big thank you to everyone who's been watching, everyone who's been listening, anyone who's tuned in. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, bring it, apply the system, everything. You guys are just true bringers of it. Ian, you look at me like you want to complain. What have I done?
No. I want to say something. Yeah, it's been a pleasure hosting you.
No, thank you,
I
man.
think for me, it's I'm a big admirer of your work. Like
Humbled.
these gentlemen are ordinary people. They wouldn't understand, but people that like to tell stories. I love seeing somebody embody a character, and I can't see it any other way. Every time I watch a new project you've done, I struggle to adjust to your character because
You're still
the
remembering
last
the other
character
guy.
you played was so good. But then even with this new character, you're so convincing that I quickly forget that I've been struggling to adjust to this new character.
Wow.
And for me, it's something that makes me respect your art, makes me respect you as an actor. And even when you choose to direct, please keep acting.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's people like you that inspire people like us, because I hope to write for film one day. And
Please do.
if my boss allows and the budgets allow, I'd want to have somebody like you embody a character I've written.
Somebody like him, or you want to have him.
All this because he was trying to propose a job like I did. But one thing is, Ian, I would like to say,
humble, man.
this Ian who has checked in from the leave he has been on, who knew he would be here not abusing people, saying things that are nice rather than
I
attacking
think
people.
he's starstruck.
He's starstruck.
Yeah, like
Michael,
I'm genuinely
Wawuyo.
next to someone I've deeply admired.
Hey,
So
Nice to be here myself.
so all
all
the
the previous
past
guests.
guests Ian has interviewed.
But you didn't call me when Navio was here.
And Ian has missed all his favorite. You know what's interesting?
Navio,
We knew he had to-
Lily
I
and
remember
Kenneth.
asking Felix in the morning, I'm like, is Ian coming? Because he's the one of these things. And if he's not even... No, but like he happens to have missed all his favorite things. For instance, in our second... Navio is like his all-time UG something. But in our second episode this season, he mentioned... Oh, Kenneth Mugabe was my artist of the year last year. He's then the next episode we bring Kenneth. Ian is not there. He likes Lillian. Ian is not there. So all you know, it is your fault. And guys, if you want us to get rid of Ian again, you just put it in the comments. We shall not stay away, but if you want us to keep this version, you also put it in the comments. We'll keep him coming, Felix.
Guys, thanks for watching. On the comments of Ian, I can't add anything, Michael. I think he worded it perfectly. He spoke on behalf of all
That
of
is
us.
why he's Polo the right.
Even the people who aren't here, Damzi, who is our co-host, Hassan, who is our producer, he has worded because we had a meeting when we said, hey, we should get Mike on the guest. Everyone was in agreement, and he has given you the perfect words. Basically, your flowers. That's how I can put it.
Yeah.
From us, the Tribe UG podcast, to you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Keep commenting, keep engaging, keep sending us suggestions of which guests you think would be a perfect fit for this podcast, because the purpose of this platform is to make sure that we share not only from the Ugandan music space but all together from the creative space. I believe you've learned something from this episode, like I've learned. I didn't know what ADR is. All in all, thanks. See you on the next episode.